up, guys? It's Steven from Threehammers Gaming, also Overlord Bacon from PS4, or if you follow me on GameTale subreddit, GameTamer03. Now, I came to you today because I'm going to tell you about our D&D 5th edition campaign that we're running right now, because my friend Gerald, also from the channel, and Stanley, also from the channel, Gerald's wife, their roommate Brian, decided they wanted to do a campaign. So we're doing one right now. It's super good, super fun. I'm come today to tell you about the first ever adventure that we had together. So the adventure starts out like this. We're all in a tavern. Typical adventure. Know what you're thinking? Everybody starts at a tavern. It's the best way to start. I agree completely. We have me, a paladin. I'm the only cross-gender character because I was like, nobody ever plays cross-gender. I'm gonna be a woman. Why not? It's kind of weird because then the guys hit on you and they give you crap because they treat you like a female playing a female character instead of treating you like a dude playing a female character. So then you got to go through all the awkwardness of getting hit on. But it's still kind of fun. So I'm a badass as a female, and they all make jokes that I'm super muscular and brawn and that I'm like the beefy female. Is what it is. Then we have a monk. Oh, I should also say that my background is sailor. I took the sailor background and came up with a backstory for it. Our monk has the hermit background, and our monk is Stanley, and he took the hermit background and he took it to where he knows some great secret of the world, some great evil. He knows some kind of something that could destroy the world if it got out, which is kind of cool too. But he also doesn't know customs, sayings, whatever. So if somebody was to say, "Hey baby," to him, he'd go, "I'm not a baby." That kind of stuff. And we get into all kinds of fun with that. His only kind of weird thing he does, it's like maybe a downside, is he quotes Zenyatta from Overwatch a lot. But, you know, that's just kind of like a ha-ha, experience tranquility kind of thing. Nothing too big, still exciting. Then we've got our rogue and our bard. So our bard is based off of Miguel from Road to El Dorado, but his name is Willem Dafoe, just like Willem Dafoe, but with a B. And then we have the rogue, who is based off of Tulio from Road to El Dorado, but her name is Tulia because she's a female, played by Morgan, Gerald's wife, and they get in all kinds of shenanigans. So our adventure begins in the tavern. Like I said, tavern. So when it gets in, we start out with the bard is playing songs, trying to distract people, keep them paying attention to him, keep them busy. The rogue is a barmaid. She's serving people and she's kind of picking their pockets as she goes along. Nothing too major, rogue stuff. Pretty much what you'd expect out of a rogue. Just is what it is. So then the monk is just sitting over there, quiet and awkward as hell, because that's just his character. And he's just sitting over in the corner, just drinking a drink. Meanwhile, I'm sitting at the table, drinking a beer, I guess, because, you know, why not? Drinking ale. And I'm wearing my gear, because I always wear my gear, just I'm that kind of person. So anyway, this guy walks in, and he's all military looking and important, sees me sitting there in all my gear, and approaches me. Just like instantly walks up to me. And he's like, "Listen, I'm here, the king sent me to help recruit strong people, because we're trying to build a town, and it needs help. At this point, it's pretty much just an outpost, nothing big. It needs help." And I'm like, "Okay, what do you need help with?" And he goes, "We have a caravan of goods going from this town to the next one, carrying food, blankets, supplies, all the crap you'd need, even some weapons, I guess. But anyway, every time we've tried to send a caravan, they get looted, just over and over again. And so we need some people that can help us to transport the caravan." So I was like, "Alright, cool." Well, the monk is sitting over there just eavesdropping, because he's weird and awkward, so why not eavesdrop? And he just walks over and goes, "I'll do it too." And he says, "Okay." So he sits down right next to me, and just plops right down, just awkward, doesn't say nothing, just sits right there. And so, like, we're trying to get the other two to just, like, kind of come over here and be part of this so we can go. And they were so caught up in like the role playing of stealing stuff and doing stuff, and like got caught up in just having fun, that they didn't. And so like we spent an hour in this tavern, just like us talking to this guy whose name was Lieutenant Matt, by the way. And I call him Lieutenant Dan all the time because for some reason I just can't help myself. Every time I try to say Lieutenant Matt, I go, Lieutenant Dan. So I'm that kind of ass. But you know, whatever. So anyway, I finally just get enough. It's been like an hour, we're in this tavern now. It's finally like, hey barmaid, come with us. Because he tells us that he needs 4 people. And the barmaid was like, okay, I'll come. Can I bring my friend? And I was like, yes, bring your friend. So they're like, she decides to say, well, I've never lifted a weapon before in my life, so you'll have to protect me. She rolls deception. I fail. She's a rogue, super good at deception. She lies her ass off. So as you can imagine, her and the bard got a pretty peaceful ride the rest of the way to the next little area because we thought they couldn't fight. So anyway, we leave the town, or we all sign contracts to say that we are going to work for Lieutenant Matt. We sign contracts to the king that we're going to help this town. Now what this town is there's a ward, and he's like right under the king. And the Lord is trying to build this town so that he can expand his land and the people that live under him, his little fiefdom, and just like have more people. And the king says, you know what, I'm going to help you because the more people that are under you, the more people that are under me. You get taxes, I get taxes, that kind of thing. So he's trying to build the town and he's trying to build it. So we don't actually work for the king, we work for the Lord. The king just hired us. So anyway, we get into the caravan, or I get in front of it, the monk gets next to it, and the rogue and the bard hide inside of it, because that way she can hop out and surprise people. You know how rogues are, surprise attacks and whatnot else. So we start walking, and we're like, do, just walking, having a good time, and first thing that happens, immediately, get jumped by 4 goblins. So our DM was like, the book says this is a basic encounter. 4 goblins for 4 level 1 players. This is what we're doing. So here's what happened. The monk runs up and goes, pow, kills one of them instantly. I'm a polearm master, so I get 2 attacks a turn. 1 regular, then 1 with the other, and it's as a bonus action. I go, boom, hit, kill one of them. Boom, hit, kill the other one. Our rogue pulls out her bow, sneak attacks 1, kills it instantly. Shortest combat I think I've probably ever been in all of my maybe 10 years of playing D&D. So we finish it up and the DM goes, okay, that's the last time that'll ever happen. I obviously underestimated you guys. The book, I'm not going to follow it no more. I'm going to put you guys against challenging enemies. And we're like, let's do it. That's what we want anyway. Well, let's go. So anyway, we go to the town. We actually get there. And I can't remember if Lieutenant Matt gets there before us or after us, but either way, it doesn't matter. When we get there, the town is tiny, really tiny. There's a barracks, there's like a tavern that has an inn above it, and a general store. That's all there is, there's nothing else. We can kind of see that like up on the hill is like the beginning of the Lord's Manor. So Lieutenant Matt tells us, listen guys, I need you to patrol. Because enemies keep coming in, and orcs, goblins, whatever, what have you, doesn't matter, zombies even, keep coming into the town and attacking. So you guys need to patrol. So me and the monk are like, alright, cool, you want to do it, we'll do it. The rogue seems to forget that Lieutenant Matt is the same person she signed a contract to, so she's like, I didn't sign a contract to work, I just followed the caravan here because I was asked to. I don't know how to I don't know how to do combat. I don't do sex good, that kind of thing. And she's like, I just don't know what I'm doing. And he goes, you seem to forget I'm the one you signed the contract with. And the rest of us were kind of like, didn't we just see you pull out a bow and shoot somebody? Obviously, you kind of have an idea of what you're doing. But she made a big deal about it. And she ended up sitting with the bard in a building. So while me and the monk patrolled, she was like, if anything pops off, I'll jump out and help you guys. But till then, I'm just going to sit in the building. I'm not going to be engaged. So we were like, okay, whatever. 4 orcs run out. And so we just attack them. And me and the monk are decimating them. By the time that the bard and the rogue actually get there, we've almost got it. But the bard actually gets to get a turn this time. And in his infinite wisdom, I think like the voice of the heavens called down to him. And instead of saying, should I cast a spell or do some bardly type stuff, I should instead run up and stab him with my dagger. Because that's the only weapon he has is like a dagger. So he runs up to this orc and stabs it. Now what happens? He misses. He rolls like a 5. I don't remember what it was. I just remember it was low. So he just like absolutely misses. And the rest of us are just standing there in shock and awe that he like didn't buff anybody, didn't cast like vicious mockery or any kind of like bard spell. He ran up and stabbed the orc, so he missed. Well, then the orc hits him back and like crits, like hits him with a critical, takes him down to like 1 HP at most. No, I'm sorry, he knocks him out. Like knocks him out, and he starts trying to roll to see if he's gonna live. Like he's making saves versus fails at this point. And so like we kill the rest of the orcs. And at this point, he's got 2 saves and 1 fail. He probably is going to be fine. But I walk over, use lay on hands, heal him up. And I'm like, in the future, bard stuff. Don't swing your little dagger with no bonuses. Because I think he's got like 0 strength. So it would have been 1d4 flat. Like with nothing else. I was like, do bard stuff. So we saved his life. And funny story though, he doesn't always do bard stuff. 90% of the time he does. The silly stuff. But it's fun to play with anyway. Don't hold it against him. We all give him a lot of credit for it and a little crap. But he's super fun. So we do that and we spend the night. So me and the monk spend the night in the barracks. And they spend the night in the inn because they get free room and board in the inn. We could have too, but I was like, I want to be the lieutenant or general or something of this military that's going to be in this town, because I figure we're going to make this town our base of operations. And Lieutenant Dan is only passing through. I mean, Lieutenant Matt is only passing through. So, and our DM kind of advised against it a little bit. He's like, you don't want to be locked down to this town, trust me. But I was like, you know, well, I'll at least build a temple to my god here, because I'm a paladin. And so I'm going to help you and do all this stuff for you. And in return, we're going to build a temple. And they were like, sounds good. And so we just start, after that, we start working with the military, you know, helping them train, doing stuff, doing this, doing that. And just killing time. And that was, in fact, the end of Play Session 1. I know it doesn't sound like we got a lot accomplished. None of us felt like we got a lot accomplished. It was mostly because of that hour in the tavern. That hour in the tavern ate through our playtime. The second time we got quite a bit more done, but there was still some silliness that happened. But anyway, I will see you guys again in part 2 of Let's Play D&D Threehammers Gaming Edition. Thanks guys, you've been cool, I've been cooler.